What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? All two of you that are going to watch this. The last video I posted, I touched just real briefly on something that I want to get a little bit further into today, and that is carrying a gun. There's two types of carry. There's open carry and concealed carry, and what I do is concealed carry just because on my average work day I may collect 3 or 4 checks. I may not get anything, but you know, in order to keep those from piling up any given day, I may need to go to the bank. There's no guns allowed in the bank. I'm not going to go through this whole big deal of disarming myself in the bank parking lot, so that one, everybody looking knows this guy's now unarmed, and two, everybody that's watching can see now there's an unattended gun left in my truck while I'm inside handling business. So I carry concealed. You know, besides just the bank, all these places with the gun-free zone stickers or guns not allowed stickers on the door or whatever, unless it's a school or the courthouse, I'm not disarming myself to go in there. I don't care. It's just a bad idea to be taking your gun off and putting it back on out in public. I don't want that extra attention. I don't want the attention from carrying a gun outside my clothes. Honestly, I just, most people are oblivious. They're wrapped up in their own world, so they don't notice anything. But there's always that one person that's going to freak out. And just to avoid that, my definition of concealed carry, what I do, I have an inside the waistband holster, and I wear my shirt untucked. That's the entirety of my effort into carrying concealed. I could care less if the handle's sticking out and you can see it under my shirt. Most people ain't gonna notice. Most of the ones that do are not gonna be for sure what it is, and anybody that does can mind their own business about my insulin pump. Thank you very much. Anyway, it's not that I'm afraid somebody else with a gun is going to be around trying to kill me everywhere I go, because that's not at all the case. It's not that I'm afraid to get in a physical confrontation with another human being. For about a hot minute, I worked at a bar in my free time, throwing drunk people out, breaking up fights, working the front door, whatever. I have no problem whatsoever with a physical confrontation with another grown man. Don't bother me the least. I can handle myself. If I can carry a butt whooping home. It's kind of like one of those deals where if you're the type of person that keeps a fire extinguisher in the kitchen because you know if a fire breaks out, you can put it out right then if you have your fire extinguisher, or you can call 911 and wait however long it takes the fire department to get there. Meanwhile, the fire spreads and grows and does more damage. So if you're that person, you see the value in being able to take care of that situation as quickly as possible. Well, that's my thoughts about carrying a gun. I hope I don't ever have to take it out of the holster. But if the need ever arises, and I honestly don't know what my reaction would be. Would I freeze up? Would I be afraid to pull out and engage? Would I turn and run? Would I, you know, whatever, who knows? There's just some things that you can't know how you'd react to until you're in that situation. But if I ever find myself in that situation, I want to have given myself the best possible chance that I have of getting back home in one piece that day. So I carry. And it's not a constant fear type thing. It's just that I've been doing it so long now that it's just much a part of me getting dressed in the morning as putting on my underwear and my socks. You know, it's just a part of my outfit for every time I get dressed to leave the house. And when you first start carrying, you will tend to go overboard trying to maximize your concealment. You know you've got it on. It feels weird. It's awkward. If your gun's got a stippled grip, or if it's 1911 with some pretty aggressive checkering on the handles, that texture is going to dig into your little soft white underbelly down here and agitate the fire out of you. You're constantly aware that it's there, I promise you that. It takes a long time to be able to just put it on and forget about it. And not only that, you know it's there, so subconsciously in your mind you feel like everybody else knows it's there too. And it's kind of freaky. Anybody that looks your way is staring at your gun. You make a lot more of a big deal out of it in your own mind than anybody else ever will. But the fact that I carry is one major reason that you don't see me starting a confrontation with cars. Because Lord knows, if you watch my bad driver videos, I've had reason to turn around and go after numerous people, or have a little roadside chat with them while we're stopped at a red light, or whatever. You know, opportunity for conflict abounds. But the thing is, I'm armed, and I don't know who else is. And in the part of the world that I live in, it's a lot of other people that are. So I never know if the other person is armed or not. If I start a conflict with somebody and my shirt comes up and they see that I've got a gun, well, that just escalates things to a whole nother level, doesn't it? Everybody's got a right to defend themselves, and regardless of what you did to offend me in traffic, if I've chased you down, now I'm the aggressor in the eyes of the person that I've chased down, and in the eyes of the law, I'm the aggressor. I'm armed. The other guy's armed. He sees my gun, he grabs his. Well, now we've gone from having some words at a red light or stop sign or whatever to a couple of guys with guns having a standoff. And that's a good way to get yourself shot, or put yourself in a spot where you have to shoot somebody else, when the whole situation could have been avoided by you just going on about your business and letting things go. So that's why you don't ever see me starting any kind of conflict on the road. I mean, generally not even hand gestures to people. Sometimes I'll throw that universal sign for "what in the world are you doing?" That's about the extent of what I'm willing to do, because there's just the potential for causing so much trouble for yourself or for somebody else that doesn't really deserve that. That gun is strictly there for when you're defending your life from somebody that has the capability of killing you. You know, if somebody's trying to fist fight you, you can't pull your gun out. It's illegal. It's unjustified. And if you shoot somebody that's unarmed because they wanted to give you a pop on the nose, you go into prison. Now, say this dude that's behind me right now gets mad about how loud my bike is, or something, whatever. Decides to pass me and cut over close enough that it's pretty obvious he's trying to run me off the road on purpose. And let's say that somehow I've got myself in a situation on the road where I can't easily get away from this guy. Well, he's already made that one aggressive move. I'm probably going to have one hand on my pistol until this guy is gone from me. And if he makes another move that's very aggressive at all, I'm justified to go ahead and do what I got to do to make sure I get home safe today. You know, whether that means shooting him or just showing him that I've got a gun and he may want to change his ways or whatever. You know, and that's... I wear the camera all the time and I video the whole time I ride. Most of the time I don't even talk. I just go out and enjoy my ride. But I video just in case something were to happen. Kind of like I carry a gun just in case something were to happen. Because if something does happen, I'm the guy on the motorcycle. I'm the guy that had the gun. I'm the guy that shot somebody. It's real easy for something like that situation to get pinned as being my fault. And I would very much like to have proof to the contrary if it's going to happen. And it probably never will. I mean, heck, most cops never have the opportunity or the necessity to pull their service weapon in the line of duty. So me, as an armed civilian, I've got even less of a chance, especially with my attitude about conflict avoidance. You know, I go out of my way not to have conflict with people. So odds are I'll never need it. But it doesn't bother me to carry. I'm willing to take that responsibility on. And if the situation ever does arise where I need to defend myself or my family or somebody else even, if I have to, I'm willing. I'm at least willing to try, rather than watch somebody innocent get shot or stabbed or beat to death or whatever. That's just my attitude about it. If yours is different, that's okay. We've all got our opinions and our attitudes about things. If you don't see a use to have a gun, that's fine. Period. But I do. I enjoy them. I enjoy going out and shooting. Me and my friends go to the range and we all have a good time. Never had a single incident. And won't ever, because we all follow 3 basic rules of gun safety. And if you do these, you'll never have an issue, I promise. Treat any gun like it's loaded and ready to go off at any time. Never point it at anything that you're not willing to destroy right this second. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. You do those 3 things, there's no way that your gun can ever go off in an unintended fashion and do any harm to anybody or anything. It couldn't be simpler. Except people screw up on at least one of those rules all the time. And people accidentally get shot. And those people give the rest of us a bad name. They create more evidence for anti-gun people to use against us. And I don't appreciate that. Because to me, carrying a gun is just like any other right that anybody else has. It's my right to do it. As long as I'm not hurting anybody, what I'm doing is none of your business. What you're doing, as long as you're not hurting anybody, is none of my business. I just talked for way longer than I had intended to. But I could ramble on for 3 more hours. Just talking about this. So I'm going to hush now and enjoy the rest of my ride. You guys have a great day.